impressive. So you already know. You kind of know that. So we're going to read a book today together. We're going to read a book called Town Mouse Country Mouse. Can everyone say fabulous? So we're all engaged. We know what we're doing today. So just a little introduction. We're going to be comparing and contrasting. So if we looked at the cover, we see a town mouse and a country mouse, right? So we're going to be comparing and contrasting the characteristics between the two. So a characteristic, does anyone know what it is without reading our definition? You can give it your best guess. It's like a personality. Does anyone else know what a characteristic is before I read the definition?
We're going to have to make it all together. So
Characteristic?
you have to try to figure out which pieces go where. You might have to
Like nice and smart, good. Anyone else have a guess?
Alright.
It's like character trait, like,
Alright, so does anybody have a corner piece?
it's like, what it does,
You have a head, okay. Look for a corner.
Right, at a given point. That was
Just like this.
perfect. So I have that. A characteristic is a feature or quality that belongs to a specific character or set of characters helping to identify it. So while we read today, we're going to be looking for those specific characteristics as different mice at different given times. All right, we ready to read?
yes.
But before we read, we have an activity. So, with your neighbor, so the person sitting next to you, so this is you two, and you two, and you two, and you three, we make a group of three. You're going to find a characteristic that each of you have. So one individual characteristic. So that's what you'll tell your partner. That's easy. Okay, go. With your partner. Tell your partner your specific characteristic. So you got it. You know what yours is. What's yours? You know what characteristic. Are you funny? Are you nice? Are you you're nice? Okay. We can work together. I would say that I'm conscientious. You guys have two different characteristics?
Alright, so we have one more piece left. Where's your piece?
So what's yours and what's yours?
The top.
Smart and what's yours?
Alright.
Responsible?
So can someone
That's a good one. What's yours? Cheerful? That's another great one. What's yours? Sneaky. Talkative. I'm talkative too. That's why I want to be a teacher. What's yours? Talkative and caring. And what's yours? Wise and smart. Okay, now, so a little bit more of a challenge now that we have. We're going to find a characteristic that you both have in common. Or that you guys have in common. So one that you have that's the same.
What about text itself?
So let's see.
Alright, so the words to experience.
Sneaky.
What about text?
No. How about this? Yo, so let's say that into
Those are
so we like Did you find a similar one?
reading to
Find a similar one. Did you guys find a similar one? What is it?
so
Courageous. That's a great word.
why would we connect?
And you're both talkative? Oh, that's right, everyone. You had that one before. Pick a different one. Smart? That's fine. How much yours? You're both funny? You both like to crack jokes? Okay, now I have another activity. So, with your partner, we're going to do something. This is our last one before we read. We're going to make a Venn diagram with our arms. Are you ready? So, with your partner, you're going to make one circle, and your partner's going to make another circle.
And we're going to put it on top of each other.
Right, and you're going to put it, how'd you know?
How are we doing that?
Like this. So, you have, okay, so with our Venn diagram, I have my specific character traits on one side, and he has his specific character traits, but when we cross them, that's the one that we have.
You don't understand the book, right?
So everyone's else, you guys, yours is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let me see yours. Go on, let me see it. Oh, wonderful. Where's yours? Perfect, perfect. Oh, come on, no, that could be better. Try it again. Try it again, try it again. Oh, much better, much better. So, what's the name of the final review before we start reading? Venn diagram. Alright, so let's do it. So this is Town Mouse Country Mouse by Jan Black. And you see the cover page.
So that you can see things better. So we're going to be looking through
One
our
morning,
binoculars.
Town Mouse woke up shivering from a dream about the Dutch cat who prowled the house.
Through our binoculars.
I need a vacation, he said to his wife. Let me take you to see the countryside where I was born. Life is quiet and peaceful there. The sun shines brightly every day, and the air is so clear that you can see the stars at night. And nothing will prepare you for the taste of the wild blackberries.
All the connections
Let's go right away, she said. So the town mouse and his wife packed a party to set off for the country. So after reading that page, I could kind of see what the city mice are feeling, right? Like I know how they're operating, how they feel about their home right now. So on my town mouse side, I'm going to put a post-it that says that they're irritated with the living in fear of the big cat that lives in their house. So I'm going to put that post-it on our town mouse side. Did everyone see the picture?
Yes. Like the in a house.
Right, they're in a house, right? So we're about our country mouse. So it says the country mouse and her husband were at their tree-stump house, exhausted from searching for food and avoiding a hungry animal who lived nearby. Sometimes I wish we lived in a townhouse where all the food you can eat is right there in the pantry. They say that the smell of cheese makes your whiskers tingle. Mine are tingling already. So now I know what the country mice are thinking, right? They're in search of food, they're kind of hungry, they don't like living in the house.
They don't have very much food.
Right, exactly. They don't have very much food. So I put the characteristics with my thinking, and I said that the country mice are frustrated with constantly searching for food, right? So I'm going to put that on my country side of the graph. But then I found out that I found a similarity between the two. Do you know what it is?
They both want to go from their hometown to go to a different town.
That's exactly what my similarity was. So I said that both pairs of mice are looking for changes in lifestyle, right? They need a little vacation. Yeah, they need a difference, exactly. So I'm going to put that in my both category. You think they're going to switch places?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's read and find out.
So they probably look alike. They probably look alike.
You think so? Let's keep reading.
Alright, so
It says the town mice were outside the country mice's house, putting a huge chunk of cheese in the middle of their picnic floor. The country mice peered down at us. They heard the town mouse exclaim, "This is the life! Wildflowers, spring peppers. If we only lived here." The country mice popped out. "You like it here?" they asked. "Why, we wanted to live in this townhouse." The town mouse offered them a little nibble of cheese. "Why don't we trade houses?" he said. "Did you ask the country mouse? Her mouth stuck full of the delicious cheese." "We'll leave right away," she said. As they said goodbye, each of the mice thought that they had the better part of the bargain. So you were right. You knew we were going to switch places. Alright, so it was dark when the mice arrived in the town and found the house. They tiptoed inside and wandered into the sewing room, where they found it was a sumptuous bed and fell sound asleep. Much too early the next morning, a loud changing woke them up. Sooty clouds of smoke were pouring over them, and they heard a strange voice purring out, "Sauces and ham, it's hungry I am. Sauces and ham, it's hungry I am. Mice in my stew, wait till I catch you." "And who do you think that is?" said Country Mouse and asked her. So as a team, we're in the country mouse. So by looking at the picture, how do you think that these mice are feeling right now? So they're in a new area.
They probably feeling like different and like
So
they probably feeling different because they're somewhere else.
they're feeling maybe a little. Are they? What do you think? Do you think they're comfortable, or do you think that they're a little?
They're a little worried. They're a little worried because they probably don't know where they is.
Right, they don't know where they are. They could get caught, they don't know. I liked nervous. I thought that was a good word. So I said I'm going to have a team post-it note, and on my team post-it note, I'm going to write nervous for country mouse. So we're going to do on our country mouse tab, that would be nervous. I like that. That was a good one.
That's not even possible, right?
So we're going to flip the page, and I think on the next page it talks about our town mouse.
This can't happen.
It says the town mouse and his wife were up with the birds, ready to gather wild blackberries in the grassy meadow for breakfast. They could smell them, they just couldn't find them. As the town mouse's wife turned and reminded her husband to remember the way home, she felt a large wet drop on her
So
nose.
I'm gonna write.
What was that? She asked. Was the bathtub leaking? No, we're in the country now, he said. Those are raindrops. Just then, lighting it up the sky, the rain poured down, and the two drenched mice ran wildly for their tree stump home. So, as a team again, how do you think our town mice are feeling in the country right now?
They're probably sticking up.
I like confused. I would say confused, right?
Because they probably don't know where they are. They probably don't know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing.
I like confused. Yeah, no one wants to know, right?
Yeah.
I like confused. Why do you think they're confused?
Because they thought that the rain was something for their town.
Yeah, they thought it was something that would leak, right?
Yes. And they probably like
mouse.
And used to.
Bodies, carving up
Yeah, probably not used to
40
rain.
feet stomping.
And they're not used to rain. So on our team one for our town mouse, I'm gonna write that the mice were confused. I like that word.
To a mouse. Steps.
Confused is going on our characteristics Venn diagram. So
Steps.
now I have two sets of mice who are in unknown places. So we're gonna do one that is gonna go in our middle section, so our both section. So how do you think that both sets of mice are feeling right now? They're in a new place. So think about when you first went to school. What were you when you first went to school?
Uncomfortable. I was scared because I didn't know anybody.
You were scared. What else were you?
Um,
You were shy. I liked uncomfortable too. So I can put all three of those because we can have lots of
Alright,
characters.
so we're gonna stop.
We were uncomfortable. What was the other one that said shy?
Yes.
And the other one was what?
Scared.
Steps and mouse.
Because you probably you don't know what's gonna happen or where you are.
Right. I would say that our mice are scared. Absolutely.
What just happened?
Okay. All right. We're gonna keep reading. Are we ready?
And think about two connections that you
The country mice were looking forward to their first splendid meal in the pantry. I'm sure there's ham in the ice chest and water in the bread box, but the best smell of all is coming from up there. The country mouse told us it must be a fine old cheese. Did everyone see the picture?
Yeah, they probably found some food.
I think they did. Stand on your toes, she called out, but just as she got a hold of the cheese, her husband lost his balance. The top slammed down and she was like hanging by her tail. Help me, I'm caught. Do you see her?
Yeah.
No. Everyone sees her?
Yes, probably it's probably like in their house or something. They found like a building with like food in it.
Your tail's still. You see?
Her tail got stuck.
Tail did get stuck. Alright, so we're back to our other friends, the town mice in the country. Back in the country, the town mouse had put on dry clothes. He was especially proud of his bright new jacket. So colorful and eye-catching, he said to his wife. Let's stroll in the forest. We'll come back loaded with acorns and hickory nuts. But their walk was soon interrupted. The town mouse's colorful coat was so eye-catching that it caught the eye of a curious blackbird. And if his wife had held him by his foot, he would have been carried off. Alright, can you see? Everyone see what's going on? We've got to walk around this picture.
Where did that big coat?
And you see his colorful jacket right here? And that's what caused him to get carried off by the bird. Okay. Not far away in the town, the country mouse felt his wife's silky tail. Nothing broken, he said, but when he looked in her eyes, he saw how sad and discouraged she was. I know something that will cheer us up, he told her. Follow me. He had spied a small window up above the pantry shelves. Together they climbed higher and higher.
Alright, so let's
When they
take
reached the top, he rubbed away the soot, and they looked out at a piece of blue sky. Doesn't it look like home? The country mouse asked his wife. So, if you turn and talk with your partner from before, so now I'm gonna fix up our partners because we lost one. You two are gonna be partners, and you guys are gonna be partners. You guys are gonna be partners, and you guys are gonna be partners. So if you could find me a characteristic of what the country mice are feeling right now in their new home.
Alright. So
They're probably feeling like
Once you have your characteristic, write it on this post-it. Just one word characteristic. Alright, so when you find your characteristic, write it on that post-it. When you find your characteristic, so your one word characteristic of what they're feeling. Just one word from both of you. Alright, and you're gonna write your characteristic on that post-it. I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds. This is just how the country mice are feeling in the town hall. So that's your word. If you think that, if you both agree, that's your word. You guys found it? Okay. Did you guys pick a word? Alright, write it on that post. You pick a word? Alright. C-O-M.
So you know
F-O-T. F-O-R-T.
kind of the new only family.
Yeah, C-O-M.
A little sister. Awesome.
F-O-R-T.
So I know you guys will want to do the word make so many more. And I will definitely pick on
And then able. So A-B-L-E. Alright, does everyone have their characteristic?
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to call it all my little pairs, and we're going to explain why that characteristic. So what did you guys say? You said happy? Why did you say happy?
He's moved.
You think they're happy in their new home? Alright, I'll take that. We'll put that for now. Good observation. Alright, what did you guys say?
Comfortable.
Why did you say comfortable?
Because they got everything they need. Like, they don't have to find any food around. They got
Okay. I'd say that that's a good one. Here, I'll take your post and we'll put it up on our chart. And what did you guys say?
We put excited or happy. I think they're like excited or happy because they got like a lot of food that they need because when they regular hometown they didn't have enough food. They were very hungry.
Right. What?
I think they miss it home because when they look outside, they say, they look outside at the blue sky, they were like, I miss home.
You think they're missing it too? I think we're gonna read and find out. I think you might have made a very good prediction. And what did you guys say?
Comfortable.
And used to it. They're getting happy. They're feeling their space, right? All right, I'm gonna take your poster too. Do you need a pencil?
Somehow he even calculates those jumps out of problems,
Good man.
If our bedtime is 8:15, his eyes are closed by 8:00. Those were our eyes right to bed on time.
Absolutely. Now, we're gonna go on to the next page. We're gonna read about our city mice again. Our townhouse mice stood quietly together after their awful blackbird
We're
scare.
gonna stop here. This time.
I thought I had lost you forever, the townhouse whispered to her husband. They looked around. How still and peaceful it was now. The sun had come out and everything was
The last 3
glistening.
pages. So
It's beautiful here, she said. We should try to enjoy it.
Baseball one. Here's for you two.
I know, the townhouse said, but I miss the sound of the town. All the hustle and bustle. Here I feel so alone. And in our cozy townhouse, we knew what to expect. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing we just did, except this time we're going to do it for our town mice that are in the country. So the same thing with the same partner. I need one characteristic that's describing the on that person. And let your partner write this time. Nice pencil.
And this is me.
So what? No, both of you.
Unhappy.
Alright, so.
And it's a bold on it.
Alright, got your characteristic? And do you have a reason why? You have your team characteristic?
Oh, we gotta write the reason why too.
What are you thinking about? Yeah, they missed it out of the time. So what are you feeling? What's the characteristic to describe that?
They worry.
We gotta write the definition. But think about a different one. You don't have to write why. Just write the word and then we'll talk about why. You guys have a word?
Yes.
Yes, I know. Okay.
I'm not gonna put more.
What is that?
All right, one word, and then I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds.
Share those with
Okay. All right, are you ready to share? All right, why did you choose comfortable this time?
Alright, so let's get 2 more different volunteers to share.
You think they're happy right now? All right, we'll see what would happen if we change. All right, I'll take that as well. All right, and from you guys, what did you think?
I think they unhappy because she's uncomfortable because she missed all the business and stuff.
All right, and you took your details right from what I read. That's perfect. And what did you guys think? My group in the back. Huh? What did you think? You think they're feeling good? You think they're content? You don't know? Why do you think they're content? What did you get from the text that makes them happy in their environment?
Yeah. That's a good connection. How's that gonna help us think
They're not complaining, you're right.
No, but they have
They're being watched. They're being watched.
You think so?
you kind of
Alright.
Yeah, but I think by the
what
crow.
it's like to be
And the fire.
You're right. They got lots of animals in the environment, right? Would you be comfortable living around animals? Oh my god. And what's your guys? What did you
Smelly
decide?
and all that.
Alright. Let's keep going.
I like all those words. Those are excellent words. You guys got this right from the text too.
That Chris is.
Alright, so we're gonna put those under our townhouse.
Okay.
And then let's continue. We got a little bit of reading. The country mice used to stay home in a thunderstorm, and they knew what to expect from the hungry owl. But they soon found out that there were different dishes here when they discovered a tasty morsel of blue cheese sitting on a good board. This time, you shake the cheese. I'm still shaking from being caught in the cheese box, the country mice said. So without any breakfast cheese, whiskers trembling, and whoosh, followed by an enormous snap, he was thrown across the room, and he landed in a warm bundle of something soft and furry. The country mouse was shaking from his close call. I can barely stand. He lifted his wife, pulled him up, patted him down, and crushed his whiskers. It was then that she noticed the bundle on which her husband had landed was tipping and turning. It was alive. The two green eyes snapped open. Run, she cried, getting a look at it. It's an owl with white teeth. Is that an owl with white teeth?
No.
It's a cat.
It's a cat. It's a cat, right?
Yeah. I was like, did they say that was a mouse? Because if they did, that's not a mouse.
Alright, let's keep reading. The town mice knew how to avoid mousetraps set with cheese, but they soon found that the country has its own perils when they explored the riverbanks hand in hand. Suddenly the water began to boil and churn, and a huge wet head popped up and stared at them. It was the river owl. The mice tore back to their trees and home, only to find a hedgehog rolled into a ball and losing the door. When they heard an animal crashing towards them through the underbrush. I can't take this anymore, the townhouse said, and she raced to the nearest tree with her husband right behind her. So do you see all the different animals on the scene? So they said that first they encountered the owl, right, down at the riverbank. Then they encountered the hedgehog, and then there's a squirrel. So there's lots of animals, right? And they're not used to that.
What is that?
This one? This is skunk or badger.
Honey badger.
There go the owl.
From the tree, they could see the town lights blink on as the sun went down and the stars came out one by one. What shall we do? The town mouse asked his wife. Before she could answer, she saw a pair of glowering eyes right beside her, and they were face to face with the terrifying creature of all. A cat with wings! Shrieked the town mouse. That's it for me, his wife cried, and they ran down the tree and towards the town as fast as their legs could take them.
That's an owl.
That's an owl, right?
Why do they keep getting confused?
Because
Why are we confused?
Because your hometown, like the cat was trying to eat them, but then and at the country, in the town where the country monkeys are at, the town they think the owl trying to get them, but it's actually a cat.
Right.
Cat trying to get them.
Yeah,
They think the owl. They think the owl trying to get them, but it's
All right, I'm gonna give you another post-it.
But they
note.
both
So
are
everything that
different.
everyone just said was excellent.
They both exist places.
So we need a similar characteristic about what both groups of the mice are feeling right now. So we just mentioned that they were confused, right?
That's what I know. That takes words. I was gonna put confused.
I think confused would work. There are lots of things that could work, right? Because look,
I'm ready. You already.
do you need to look at the pictures again to see? So these guys saw the cat, right? And these guys saw the owl, the hedgehog, and the orange.
I'm scared.
Homesick.
Mistake. They are mistaken. They're scared. They're not understanding.
I like negative, that's
Oh,
good.
they made mistake.
You think they're mistaked? They're a little confused.
But yeah, because
They're
they're
lost.
mistaken because they're
not
thinking the owl is going to eat them.
Excellent, but what else are they? Both groups of mice are running for home, right?
Yeah.
So what are they?
I'm thinking that the cat. I'm thinking that they want. They think that that's an owl.
Yeah, they're lost. They don't know, because they've never been exposed to anything else, right? So they're a little secluded too.
Next.
Did you guys need to see the pictures?
Alright, you wanna give us your next?
Read them.
They're not understanding.
They're not understanding. I know, that's perfect too.
Okay, where did you get that?
Alright. So tell me, so what do you guys got? So what did you guys say? Why'd you say homesick?
Well, he said disappointed, but I said homesick.
I like disappointed too, right? Because it's like that one place where better than another. You wanna write that on post-it?
I said homesick because like.
Yeah, write disappointed, I like that. And why'd you say homesick?
Because I think I was like ready to go home. Because like in both they thought their feet, their animal that was trying to keep them in their hometown was their town. They had to confuse. So I think
I like homesick.
Nobody's perfect. Alright, that's the bottom here.
And what did you guys say?
Put that right down.
And why negative?
Alright. Okay, we got a couple more posts. And then you're gonna figure out what the
Yeah, they realized that home's not so bad, right? I like negative. That's a great one. And what did you two say? Mistakes. I like
And
and why
lost.
and lost. And why lost?
Because they wasn't at the home and they ran away and ended up moving in. They was mistaken because they thought the owls were gonna get them, but then they wasn't. It was a cat.
Alright. Thank you for your post-it. Very nice. And then one more.
Not understanding.
You think they're still confused? I think they're still confused too. And they're not understanding. They're just not comprehending what's going on, right? Alright, that's that. Wonderful. So we're going to put this down. Alright, we're on the last pages of the book. As the town mice ran frantically along the road, the country mice were fleeting in terror towards the country. Their paths crossed, but neither saw the other. They were so frightened. Even the sky seemed to be falling by their head. The country mice didn't stop running until they could see their tree stump in the distance.
What does that spell?
The town mice kept on running until they reached their townhouse. The musty smell of old wood and the smoke from the kitchen all seemed wonderful. Even the streets sounded cheerful and friendly. There's no place like home, sighed the townmouse as he put his wife's saddle into the warm old slipper. There's no place like home. Atop their cozy tree stumps, the country mouse and her husband looked up at the full moon shining down on them. They sighed happily. We missed you, they said together. So, on your own, we're going to find one more similarity. So, everyone individually is going to come up with one similarity. And they're both at home now. So, on your own, one more.
What do you think? Because
One similarity.
it seemed like these were probably different.
One similarity they told me.
Because he's
Yeah, so what they both have.
right?
What they both have.
So what do you think's going on?
Great word for similarity. Alright, one similarity. I think you can do it. One more page. A similarity for both. And everyone's going to come up with one on their own. You have yours already?
I'm thinking.
Oh, you're thinking.
This is
I got mine already. I wrote 3.
You have 3? Oh, I had to make it.
so maybe that tells you that she and Xavier speak
Okay, I like that. That's a great word.
I think this book is set in America, but they speak Spanish, and I don't think that Chris does. I think, because he didn't know what the Spanish word meant.
You got one?
So that's telling you something about the characters.
Got one? Got one? Got one? Still thinking. Okay. Got one? You getting it? How does 10 more seconds?
Baseball surprise and lights out. So 4 this one.
See, you can do that one already.
COLFORTABLE.
Alright. Where am I going to start? I'm going to start at this little circle. What did you say? And why did you say creative? I like that. I like creative. They switch roles, but they're home now, right? And they're happy. I like creative. That's a good one. And what did you say? That why? Why are they happy and excited?
Because they have to
You're at home, happy to be back in the environment that they know, right? I like this. These are great characteristics. What do you got? Amazed that it's nothing like home, right? Never appreciated much that.
Right.
I like amazing too. I get it.
So
Same.
we need
We all know that. And what'd you write?
that we're gonna put in our binoculars.
They both are at home. They both are
I love them all. What'd you get? Just happy? What's another word for happy? And what's another word for excited? How about, let's try elated. How's that? It means the same thing as happy, just another word. It's like an
That is a really great connection. And that's
And what'd you get?
telling you
I
what's
got
telling you
normal. I
about
put normal
books or
happy glad, and they're glad because they're happy and none of that fun bad stuff is going
it's
on.
kind of telling you.
I like that.
What does that show you?
I like normal. I thought that thing. I like normal. Okay, what do you got?
That's great. Tells you about the mom. A little bit.
Excited to be home, right? Nothing like being home. Nothing like going home at the end of the school day, right? That's the best part. It's one of the best parts. All right.
What about your
Happy, understanding,
And excited. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more page of the book, and then we're going to write a quick little 3-sentence summary about our book.
how they're
Come on. Okay, we wrote some. I'm cover up my book. All right, last page, right?
All right, you're in.
It says, back on the road, the cat and the owl had knocked each other out when they collided head on. The cat, slowly waking up, touched his bruised head gently. He looked up to see the owl brushing himself off. It was then that he had an idea. Owl, how would you like to trade away your work with me? I've always wanted a simple life in the country. So they want to do exactly what the mice just did. That's smart, right? You think they're going to end up happy if they switch places?
No.
I don't think so either. Alright, so we're going to write, just to close off our book, we're going to write a very quick 3-sentence summary. So one sentence is going to be about our town mice, one sentence is going to be about our country mice, and then one sentence is going to be about hope. So can someone help me come up and write, or I'll write it if you guys want to help me come up with a sentence about the country mice. So you want me to read our characteristics off one more time? So we said that our country mice were nervous, they were comfortable at one point, they were happy, we had excited, we said that they were frustrated in the beginning of the book. So what sentence throughout the story, what can we write to summarize that one area based on our characters?
So, before we think about our themes,
Country mouse.
when I was talking about a new song and how if you add new notes,
Was what? What were they in the
you
beginning?
can add, yeah,
Well,
They were
they were
uncomfortable.
hungry.
usually.
And they were hungry,
Sometimes
right?
there's more than one note in it, right?
And they were
Yeah, so I kind of did that.
at the beginning.
So the
They were like kind of poor.
Sometimes not
They
always,
didn't
right?
understand
Sometimes
it.
it's not always
They
like that,
thought
but a lot of times when you add new things, it sounds really good.
Owl
So,
was chasing them, but it was a cat, and then the town mouse got
okay, so,
cat.
now we have a lot of connections, and you guys have some
Right,
connections
so
that we didn't even
I think our
talk about.
sentence should, that's
So,
confused,
we're gonna
right?
think.
So I think our sentence should definitely incorporate confused, because that was a common characteristic that we all found, right? So I would say, let's do a beginning and an after kind of sentence and we'll combine it. So why don't we say that at the beginning, the country mice were what? What were their characteristics? They were poor. I like poor. Poor's a good one, but we didn't have that in our characteristics. I said that they were frustrated. That was my word. But what word can you come up with at the beginning? Because they couldn't find food. They were constantly uncomfortable. We can do uncomfortable.
Or you can do this poor like you
Yeah,
said.
like we want to do poor and uncomfortable.
Yes, you can do
Does that
poor.
work with everybody?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna write at the beginning.
Nobody's perfect. Okay, what else can we say?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a theme, there's lots of things you can say a bunch of.
Those are stickers.
What, sorry?
At the
Down to
beginning.
siblings. What about, so that's a good one, let's see if we can word it a little bit.
And you want to do uncomfortable? That's the word we want to
Poor
use.
and uncomfortable.
Poor and uncomfortable.
Jump to conclusions.
Or you can put what you put.
Because he thought at first word would never get yours.
Don't use mine. Let's use yours.
So I'll write on here, don't jump to conclusions. What do you think?
And when they were in the town, what were they?
Yeah.
They were homesick.
They were homesick. I like that.
Scared.
One too.
But what were they before homesick?
Oh, that's good.
They were comfortable. They was comfortable.
They were excited at first, right?
Yes.
We'll say.
Let's write that they were, and then I'm gonna write, and then in the city they were first excited, right? And then I like homesick.
And then we'll say.
And then in the middle of there, they were homesick and scared.
Get used. Get used to. Alright. Anybody else have a theme? Any other ones?
Alright, now I need a sentence for our town mice. So when our town mice went into the country, it kind of felt the same, right? Almost.
Get used to change.
So, well, let's come up with some better words for them. So I said that our town mice were irritated and living in fear of the town cat when they were living in their home in the town. So what's another word for irritated? Irritated is like frustrated, same thing.
Confused.
No, they weren't confused yet. They were confused after, right?
Yes.
So first, let's write the same kind of sentence. So at the beginning, the town mice were, I like angry. Angry was good. Aggravated. Is that a word? That's a
Yes.
great word. So at the
Because
beginning,
he was aggravated.
Thank you guys for being so helpful and such good thinkers.
at the beginning, the town mice
Thanks for
were aggravated.
You're welcome. You guys were really great.
And then when they went into the country, what were they?
They were uncomfortable because they had to find food, but they was used to just going to the county and getting their food.
And then we wrote that they were confused, unhappy, I like unhappy. Do you guys like unhappy?
Yeah.
So let's do, and then, so we have at the beginning, the town mice were aggravated, and then they were unhappy, right?
Yes.
I like that. And then they were unhappy. Now we're gonna write this sentence, this last sentence is gonna be the final similarities between the two.
Well, we can start with the town mouse and the country mouse.
Okay, let's start it that way. Does everyone like that start? The town mouse and the country mouse.
Wanting to go back home.
Because they did not feel comfortable where they were. They did not feel comfortable where they were. They both wanted to go to the
Well, but at first they both wanted to be adventurous, right?
Yes.
So what kind of we did at the beginning of the book, we said that they were happy, it was normal. I liked creative, I really like that. But I like adventurous too. What other characteristics can we say that? The town mouse and the country mouse were what at the beginning?
They were going to get out and explore.
They want to explore, I like that. I like adventurous. Can we use adventurous for exploring? And then what were the both of them? What were they?
Ready to go home.
They were ready to go home, so what were they? You wrote it on your post-it note. They were homesick, right?
I was trying to.
Yes, and then at the end they were normal when they got home.
No, they were excited.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah, but I think two different things. I couldn't say that this whole thing is just like Mickey Mouse and the thing about the eagle. One was about the mouse. So they all switched places.
That was a great connection. Have you guys read that book with each other?
We watched the movie.
You watched the movie on it? That was a great
Well,
connection.
what? I forgot the name of
And then they switched back.
Prince and a Ding. Oh, yeah.
It was a
Oh, yo, Prince and a Pauper.
yeah.
And what happened? Tell me about that.
They
switched places.
The pop was poor, but the king was
We're
rich.
rich.
And then they switched
Because the prince didn't like his way, so he switched with the pauper. And the pauper
And they ended up, did they end up going back to their original home?
Yes.
So it's kind of the same thing that happened in our story, right?
Yes.
So that was a great connection. So at the end of our story, so we have all these three sentences. So we separated our country mice from our town mice, and then we wrote about our similarities, and we pulled together the main idea of the story. Right? So you want me to read? I'm going to read the three sentences in this book out of the story today. So I said my first sentence, which is about our country mice, I said, at the beginning, the country mice were poor and uncomfortable, and then in the city they were excited and scared. Our second sentence, which is about our town mice, said, at the beginning, the town mice were aggravated, and then they were unhappy, right? In the
Yes.
country, they didn't like it. And for our similarities, I said, the town mouse and the country mouse were adventurous, and then they were homesick, and then they were going home at the end of the book. And your connection was perfect, especially with those two mice. So I'm done, and I'm going to pass it back over to your teacher.